As I sit here in Evendale and talk about GE Aviation innovations, it's very easy sometimes to bypass the importance of our Lynn plant. But we have to remember the Lynn plant, which is where we introduced America to the jet engine age, has remained an extremely important part of our heritage. And one of the areas I'd like to talk about in a minute is the helicopter franchise. This was created in the mid-1950s by the leader of this division, Jack Parker, and the vision was develop a gas turbine that then could replace the piston engines in helicopters, both military and commercial. It was quite a bold vision for GE at that time, and one they succeeded incredibly in doing. The first engine was the T-58. The T-58 would be in military helicopters by the late 1950s and also then in commercial helicopters, introducing this unique capability of turbine power for helicopters instead of piston powers. From the T-58, we go to the T-64, an engine that has been in production for decades and decades for heavy lift helicopters. The T-64 is a workhorse of the U.S. Army, the U.S. Navy, and it's operating all over the world. And then the great one of them all, perhaps, was the T-700. The T-700 also was developed by the best minds in our Lynn operation. That technology work dates back to the 1960s. One of the things that we learned from the Vietnam War was the need for better engine capability for helicopters in very harsh environment. In fact, Gerhard Newman, the leader of this business, through a special approval from the government, actually went to Vietnam himself and was in the war zone interviewing mechanics who were involved in these spectacular machines that were powering the Hueys. So we knew that helicopter engines had to get better because of the requirements. So an engine called the G12 was a demonstrator engine that GE first worked with that introduces a very revolutionary concept to gas turbines for helicopters. The front of the engine is a centrifugal flow engine, and then it leads into an axial flow engine. So it has actually two different variants in the front of the engine, centrifugal flow leading to axial flow. This led to tremendous thrust, power, and reliability. It's also one of the most maintainable engines ever, this G12. And this engine then gets selected to become a production engine in 1972 for the Army, and it's called the T-700. And that engine remains in active production today, all these decades powering all of the Black Hawks and Apache helicopters, among many others. It's the most popular helicopter engine in the world. The T-700, with all of its success, continues today and will continue well into the future. In fact, a new generation of helicopter engine is being developed in Lynn as we speak. And that has allowed that plant, amongst that and its small fighter jet engines, to become really one of the great landmark jet propulsion factories in all of the history of this industry.